Bartley was born in Newark, New Jersey. He is the son of Cornelius Bartley and Josephine Bartley. He has 4 brothers and 2 sisters. Reverend Darion Bartley is presently residing in Baltimore, Maryland, along with his wife, Barbara Ann Bartley, with their 2 children, Tirzah and Daniel Bartley. Reverend Bartley received his BA in Political Science from Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland in 1984. From 1990 until 1995, he pastored Family Workshop Center located in Baltimore, Maryland, where he established an extensive local network to involve the public in meeting the needs of the inner city. Reverend Darion Bartley is presently Associate Minister of Brooklyn Church of God in Baltimore, Maryland. Reverend Bartley has several significant achievements. He was chosen by the Maryland State Senate in 1990 as one of the top 100 black role models in the state. He served as seminar coordinator for Effective Men's Ministry Seminar this past September. When Reverend Bartley was asked if there was any particular event in his life that he wanted printed, he simply just stated, "Other stuff don't mean a nickel. When you get hard times, people don't want to know your resume or your background. Just hang in there." It gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for this evening, Reverend Darion Bartley.
This is certainly an exciting occasion, isn't it? These are exciting times that we're living in. It's a dear honor to be here with you along with my family, all the way from Baltimore, arrived sometime this morning to be here. Wouldn't miss it for the world. And I'm grateful for the honor. Would like to express my deepest thanks to all those that worked so diligently to put this special occasion together, to those that served on the various committees. Would like to also express a deep thanks to the person that we're honoring tonight, my father, Reverend Cornelius Bartley. I take different to what Steffi Bartley said. He said, we're up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to be truthful to you. At 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm on my 3rd dream. But they're up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. That's probably why I went to college. I couldn't get up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. But it is an honor to be with you. Would like to say a couple things about my father, Reverend Cornelius Bartley. I was thinking about what I could present to him, and recently I've started networking with an organization called Promise Keepers. I haven't even heard of Promise Keepers. Okay, good. Praise the name of the Lord. It's a men's ministry that's meeting throughout the country, 40, 50,000 men packing out stadiums. We recently had an event in Baltimore, and there are a couple of books that were printed from Promise Keepers. There's the 7 Promises of a Promise Keepers and the Power of a Promise Kept. And certainly my father has been a man of integrity, a man that has strived to keep his promise. And so at this time, Dad, I would like for you to stand as I present these 2 important books to you. It's important to keep our promises, amen? I'm not going to be before you too long. I think that the comments have certainly been well said, but as I was thinking and reflecting on this special occasion, I was thinking about the fact that, in reference, we're here to honor a great leader. A great leader. A great man, indeed. In fact, as I was reflecting on this event all week long, I was thinking about the time of history in which we live in today. Let me submit to you tonight that we're living in the most critical time in history. Critical. In fact, I think it's no coincidence, if you will, that on this night we honor Reverend Cornelius Bartley as a great leader. November the 5th, on Tuesday, we will be electing a president to lead us into the 21st century, so leadership is on the minds of people today. I believe that God, through his sovereignty and through his might, looked down on heaven and said, okay, Reverend Bartley, right around this time, I'm going to honor you. In the most critical time in history, I'm going to honor you as a great leader, because we need great leaders today. Amen. I'm reminded of what the late Peter Marshall said. He was a chaplain of the United States Senate. He would meet with senators, and he tells an interesting story. I don't know about you, but I love beauty and nature and going on vacations and looking at trees and enjoying the beauty of God. And Australia is a beautiful part of country. And so the late Peter Marshall tells this story about this beautiful part of country. And there was this old man that used to take care of a particular retirement resort. Many people throughout the country would come at this particular place to see the beauty of the nature. In fact, the council had hired this man to pick up leaves and take care of the pool to make sure that everything was taken care of. In fact, this attraction was growing such great that businessmen throughout the country and tourists came throughout just to see the beauty of this part of country. The councilmen decided to have a meeting one night, and they were looking over their budget, and they noticed that they were paying some man to do something that they didn't see him do, or they didn't see much of him. And so the council went on and said, we need to slice some of the budget. So they began to cut some of the budget, and somebody stood up and said, well, we need to get rid of this old man because we don't see him much. And so they cut this old man, and then a couple of weeks happened and nothing happened. People still begin to come, but after a couple of months, this beautiful place of nature had lost its attraction. Leaves began to fall and things to begin to get in the pool, and nobody was cleaning it up. In fact, this part of the country began to lose business, and they were wondering why tourists weren't coming there anymore. They were puzzled by this dilemma. Months and months went on, and so they decided to have another council meeting. They had another council meeting, and then they had realized they had made a gross injustice. Because that one man that many of them did not see had played such a critical part in the nature of this environment. And they decided to hire this man back, and within months, tourists began to come again, and business began to flow, and that area was full with abundance and affluence again, just because of this man. Let me say to you tonight that this man offered leadership. And I'm so glad that New Hope Memorial decided to have a council meeting to say to Reverend Bartley that we appreciate the beauty that you have brought to New Hope. We appreciate the beauty that you have brought to Elizabeth, New Jersey. Reverend Bartley, we're so glad that you're around, and we're so glad that they were able to find that old man. But there are times in life when people play critical parts in our lives, and we want to go back to say how much we appreciate them, but they're no longer around. They have brought beauty. There are many of you that no doubt have lost loved ones, a mother, a father, that you just wish you could say, Mommy, I love you, or Daddy, I love you. You brought leadership into my life, but you're no longer around. I'm so glad tonight that New Hope decided to have a council meeting and said, we need Reverend Bartley. Let me say to you tonight that this is not a retirement. Reverend Bartley is just getting renewed. He's getting renewed. A man of his wisdom, a man that's been around for so many years, is a man that can offer mentoring to young men like myself. And I'm so glad to be here tonight. So the question I want to ask tonight as we leave this place, and before we leave, is where do leaders come from? Somebody had to find that old man. Where do leaders come from? As we think about electing a president into the 21st century, where do leaders come from? Many of you are familiar with the old saying, are leaders born or are they made? I can remember when I was a student at Morgan State University, I majored in political science. I remember reading about John F. Kennedy and that family and how that whole family came into prominence at a critical time in history. I'm reminded of Joseph Kennedy, who was the father of John F. Kennedy. The story is told that, the true story is that's told that John F. Kennedy, by his father's status, was not the one he wanted to be president. He had a son that was killed in a plane crash, and after he had lost his son, then he put all of his attention into John F. Kennedy. But where do leaders come from? Now, certainly we can say that Reverend Bartley came from Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, and people come geographically from places, but I believe the critical question that we should be asking this political year as we elect the president is, where do you come from? Where do you come from? Let me say to you again that this is the most critical time in history. Any nation that fails to offer people a way out in trouble. And the problem of America is that we don't have leaders that are offering a way out and a better way. I don't know about you, when times get difficult, I want a way out. People, young folk today are saying, how can I get out of this dilemma that I'm in? Families are pressured, wives are fallen, burdened with problems, and they're crying out to their leaders and saying, I need a way out. Not only must you offer a way out, but you got to give them a better way. And so we are looking at the Republicans and the Democrats, and we're saying to President Clinton and Senator Dole, give me a way out of this mess. Life has become madness rather than joyful for many folk. Thank God that God has sent us a leader. And so any nation that does not offer a way out in a better way is in trouble. It's in trouble. I'm reminded of the fact of this man the Bible records who was a leader. And this man's name was John. In fact, in the first chapter of the book of John, it tells of a time in which people were looking for a leader. And it says there was a man named John sent from God. It didn't talk about his education. It didn't talk about the location or about his parents, and all those things are wonderful. But the distinct thing about John is that John came from God. Let me say to you, in the most critical time in our history, we need men that are sent from God. It's great to read about someone's resume sometimes. It's great to hear about this and that. But if a man is not sent from God, we're in trouble. Men that are sent from God offers us a better way and a way out. I'm reminded of the leader Moses. The children of Israel were in a dilemma. They were in slavery some 300-400 years. And they cried out to God, and God sent them a leader. Well, the leader came and he offered them a way out of Egypt. But not only that, but he said there's a better way. He said there's a place called the Promised Land. Not only am I going to offer you a way out, but I'm going to give you something else. Let me say to you this evening that these are exciting times for those that know God, because God is able to give us a way out and show us the Promised Land. Can somebody say an amen tonight? I don't know what you are facing today, but it is an encouragement tonight to hear the words that have been echoed about Reverend Bartley, because I know as you and I have come sometimes to new hope, and we've been down and wondering about whether or not we're going to give up. And all of a sudden we heard a word, another good word spoken by Reverend Bartley, and all of a sudden we were challenged. He said, the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, whom shall I be afraid? There are times when we felt like giving up, but Reverend Bartley has led us to God and God Almighty. I'm so glad that God is still raising up men today sent from God. Give the Lord a hand clap. There must be a way out. And God sends men like Reverend Bartley. Some of you think, well, he just landed on planet New Jersey. Didn't happen that way. Some of you think that work firm helped him, but let me say, and I believe that, and we thank God for work firm, but when a man is sent from God, doors open up. I believe when a man is sent from God, a company, where companies are closing, they continue to go on. I believe when a man is sent from God, when unemployment is down, they're still hiring. I believe when a man is sent from God, there's light and there's joy and there's peace. I believe when a man is sent from God, America can see his great beauty. Man sent from God. He's sent from God. So it's important for us to set the record straight tonight at this critical time in history. We're honored that this man has lived a life to serve God, not himself. Let me say to you, when we talk in terms of leadership, the Bible gives us clear definition. In fact, if you study the New Testament properly, the word leadership is only mentioned some 6 times. 3 times in the plural, and 3 times in the singular. Because when the Bible speaks of leadership, it speaks of servants. It speaks of men and women that learn to serve. And don't we need today in our marriages, in our home, people to learn how to serve? We need to learn how to serve one another, and as we serve one another, God will certainly honor us. A couple of things I'd like to say about John, and I'm going to close. The first thing I noticed about this man called John, sent from God, is that he was sent from God, but God prepared him. When we speak about John, many of us talk about John preparing the way for God. which he did. But we forget about John being prepared. And that's one thing about leaders, that leaders are prepared. Abraham Lincoln was asked a question by a reporter. Abraham Lincoln was just a young lawyer. And a reporter came to him and said, Abraham Lincoln, what is your ambitions to be a politician? Abraham Lincoln looked at the reporter and said this, I will study and be ready. Perhaps my time will come. Preparation. Leaders are prepared. Leaders just don't come into our midst and say, I'm a leader. It takes times of hardship and times of listening to God, times of molding and shaking, times in wrestling and saying, God, I need your strength. Leaders are prepared. Thank God that God prepared Reverend Cornelius Bartley. Just when he was a young child in North Carolina and he was wondering what was going on, God supernaturally was preparing him. God was moving in and giving him strength when he felt like he wanted to give up. God was preparing the leader. Second thing that I like to say about this man sent from God as John is that he prepared others. Critical. Many people today are not prepared for life. It's interesting that we're teaching our children everything else but how to deal with life. The frustration that many of us are feeling is that we have nice jobs, we have education, we have nice clothes, but yet we're not prepared for life. Society would have us believe that because you wear a certain suit, or Hugo Boss, or a certain pair of shoes, that you're prepared for life. Society has us fooled in believing because you graduate from Morgan State University, you're prepared for life. But let me say to you that leaders, true leaders sent from God, understand in order to be prepared for life, you got to get close to God. You got to know Jesus. Jesus prepares us for life. Prepares us for life. You can't get away from it. I don't care how high or how low you are. The reality of it is that you need Christ. Well, the eternal city that was supposed to endure forever is no longer around because it did not stay with God, or never was with God. This preparation has to be brought in with Christ. Jesus said it another way. He said in John the 15th chapter, the 5th verse, he broke it down in contemporary language where you and I can understand it. He said, without me, you can't do nothing. Deep. You mean I can't even tie my shoe without you, God? You mean this job that I'm getting up and getting paid for is my hard-working money? I can't do that without you, God? You mean, God, this country, this great country, America, with all of its intellectuals, cannot operate without you, God? You can do nothing without God. Please prepare us for life. Reverend Bartley, we thank you. In the midst of difficult times, of being steadfast and immovable, always abounding, saying that I'm going to prepare people for life. They have some difficult times ahead that they don't see, but I'm preparing them for life. Because the Bible says that they that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew their strength. They shall mount up as wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. The Bible says that he that meditate upon the word all day and night shall prosper. Preparing them for life. Politicians need to know about this word we call the Bible. I end on this story. Had an interesting thing happen to me this week. This week I've been in prayer all week long. And as I was driving in the city of Baltimore,
remember his children.
The light turned green. And in front of me was a truck. One of those big trucks that we see on the highways that when we're driving we want to get away from. And on the back of this truck was this scripture verse. And it says this. It says in Romans, the 8th chapter, it says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, in Philippians. But in the verse, it says that if God be for me, who can be against me? So looking at this truck, and I'm in the back of it, and it has the sign, if God be for me, who can be against me? I just began to think about other things, and immediately when the light turned green, another